Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking. We're going to be doing the next Lightworker Gateway. In this video, I have Oliver with me. He's actually being good, so I probably shouldn't move him, but I'm going to take a chance. He's being very naughty. He's chewing on all the cords, and then when he didn't have a cord to chew on, he took my shirt and he started chewing on that. So he's in a mood. Hopefully he'll just lay back down and not chew my cords anymore. Good boy. Yes. He loves Metatron's energy, so because Metatron is here, he's chill. I had my coffee in the shot today, sorry. Oh my gosh. One time somebody asked me, in one of the comments, they were just asking me like what my diet was or what my routine was in the day. Presumably they felt like maybe whatever my diet was or whatever my routine was going to be um, helpful for other people to do in order to communicate with their guides. And I laughed when I saw the comment. I was like, "Oh man, this person's going to be so disappointed." And I had to write back to them. I was like, "Hey, like I had pizza for breakfast, like I drink coffee, like I don't meditate. I'm not the role model you're looking for." Yes, I have a stellar connection to my guides. Um, I work really hard at it, or I did work very hard at it. I work at it every single day, all day. I do it every single day, all day. And it was something I was supposed to do, so it worked out because I was supposed to do it and I worked hard for it. And so these things like diet or meditating, these things that are very beneficial to raising your vibration and assisting your energetic body, they don't block me from communicating with my guides. Let me actually check that. He's saying they actually wouldn't block anybody from it. So if you want to meditate, if you want to have a better diet, obviously it's going to help your physical body. Um, it's going to help you raise your vibration because if you're eating like a lot of processed foods, um, or like animal products, it has like a lower vibration, so it tends to want to bring your vibration down. It's not going to drop it like like crazy because I can have a pepperoni pizza and then I can still channel Metatron while I'm doing that. It's not going to like bottom out your vibration or anything. Um, but if I was eating fruits and vegetables all day, I would have more refined vibration. So, anyways, sorry, I just totally went off on a tangent. This video is about the Lightworker Gateway. This new Lightworker Gateway is from September 29th through October 29th. So it's like that 1 month kind of window. This time we're working with Zeta Reticulans. So the way everyone knows them more commonly is the grays. So the very typical cliche, stereotypical aliens or star beings where they have gray skin, they have no hair, they have the huge black eyes. Unfortunately, these are the ones that are famous for abducting humans because yes, there were some from that race who had a low vibration, who had bad intentions or had um I don't want to say bad intentions. I don't feel like that's correct. I don't know the whole story yet, to be honest with you. But at any rate, they were misguided and they had a lot of impact on humanity and gave us some trauma and so a lot of us have fears around them. Me being one of these people, so it makes it interesting. So I do have a Zeta Reticulan guide already. So if you ever saw the video where I had the vision and I made new soul contracts, like as of like this year, I like communicated with several different galactic groups and I made new soul contracts on the spot with several of them. Um, Dang it, that reminds me I have a soul contract with the whales that I haven't fulfilled that I probably could. Okay, put that on the back burner of my brain. Um, so one of the groups, other than the whales, that I made a soul contract with was the Zeta Reticulans. And so I had what we call a gray. I had a gray approach me, and the agreement with them is actually to write a book or in I can't remember if it was only a book. No, he says no. It was either like write a book or like post on Medium, like basically get information out on the abductions and their race specifically to properly educate people on who they are and what they're about. So, uh-oh, Finn is coming up here. There might be shaking of things. All the cats have to be here. Okay, so my Zeta Reticulan guide, his name is Henry. He is an incarnation of Metatron. He was very sweet and very gentle and very loving when I met him. So he's the one who's approaching me now to communicate about this Lightworker Gateway. And he came to me, and it's funny because actually a lot of my guides do this, where they come to me and they visually look like they're less than 5 feet tall. Now remember, I am 5 foot tall, so they come to me. I'm short, 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 short. They come to me as shorter than me, almost like, I mean, it's fake. They're much bigger than that. They come to me that size to not be intimidating because I think if like even my mantid guides, I mean, the mantid guides are taller than me, but they don't come at me like 7, 8 foot tall because that actually is kind of intimidating when you're 5 foot tall. Um, so I was asking Henry because it comes at me like 4 foot tall, and I'm like, aren't you like closer to 7 foot tall? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, um, yeah. So he tries to come at me in a non-threatening fashion to prevent me from having a fear reaction. I still have not completely dealt with my fear or my trauma involving his galactic race. And if you hear weird noises or see movement back here, Finn has yet to get comfortable. Once he lays down, then life will be good. Um, so yeah, I haven't dealt with my fear yet. I know I was abducted in at least one past lifetime, but it feels more like maybe 3, maybe more than that, to be honest. And so I was kind of hoping, like, okay, I hope I have a good, positive interaction with him today, and then it'll kind of start resetting the dial for me and how I feel about the Zeta Reticulans. Because, like, when I first met the Mantids, my first interaction was an attack, and so I was terrified of them because that was my only interaction. Was holy cow! There's like a giant praying mantis, and it attacked me, and so when you see them again, your reaction is to try to want to be scared again, even though it was just that individual. It's not all of them. Okay. So when I was channeling with Henry, Oliver, just like right now, was in my lap purring. So I'm like, okay, Oliver's only in my lap purring when basically Metatron's soul is around because he loves Metatron. Um, so let's see. I'm like reading my notes and I've already told you guys this stuff, so I'm like scrolling through it now. Oh, and so I called on I was like trying to talk to Henry because I knew he came in because I saw him like a little bit, like 4 foot tall status. And then I was asking him, okay, you ready to go? And he gave me like, he was like lined up with my body, but he just gave me like the tiniest little movement with my shoulder to tell me yes, yes, shoulder, no shoulder. And I was like, Metatron, does he like know how to work this thing? Like pointing to my like referencing my body, like, does he know how to move me correctly? And he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was like, okay, he's just being really, really gentle. Um, so Henry is standing in front of me. He has this like small box that he opens up towards me. And so I was like, oh, cool. Last time somebody did this, I got like a really cool light code. Maybe it's something fun like that. So he opens it up and I see like these little white swirls kind of come out, real gentle. But it was like nothing. So I was like, what's in the box? And then suddenly something red kind of like lunges at me right around here. And I'm like, whoa. And I was like, oh no. In my mind, I'm like, oh no, I got attacked. Not that he would attack me, but sometimes I get um, intercepted by low vibrational energies during times when I'm channeling. So I was like, oh no, the bad guys came in. But they didn't. So it ended up being like a red dragon that was like, I don't know, 18 inches or about this big. And he was like excited to see me. He was like, going all around my neck and around my head and everything. And I was like, what is this thing? It's like a dog, but it's a dragon. It's not acting dignified like dragons normally do. Um, and so I was asking Henry, like, is this from Zeta Reticuli? And he's like, no. And I was like, where did you get this? And right then the dragon calms down. It like settles down across my shoulder. So it's like it has its tail wrapped around my neck, not like choking me, just like gentle. It's got its tail wrapped around me and it's like laying here and it kind of just settles down and goes to sleep. And I was like, this thing is like a cat. What is this? Um, and he says, I brought it from Andromeda, from Isray. He's naming one of the planets. Do you remember him? I said, a little. And then I was like, oh, I kind of like him around my neck. He's like an emotional support scarf, like he's comforting. And I was like, I have no idea what his name is. And then right when I said that, I was like, oh, his name is Iggy. Like it just came. Um, and then I got distracted. I was like, well, now that you've done this, now I have questions about this dragon instead of about the Lightworker Gateway. So it was like a whole side thing. But I was like, can he blow fire? And he's like, no. And I was like, can he protect me? And he's like, no. And I was like, okay. Um, and he was telling me he's very much like a lap cat, but this type of dragon prefers the neck and shoulders to rest on, sometimes the head. He is full grown. They are very agile. They can climb all over, but they need lots of naps. They are loving creatures, eager to be next to someone. They help regulate the nervous systems of other living beings. So it's almost exactly like a cat, but it's a dragon. Because cats, if you ever have a cat purring in your lap, it's just like the most relaxing thing in the world. And the frequency of their purrs is beneficial to human beings to regulate their nervous system, to make them less anxious, and actually can heal bones and do all kinds of crazy things. Um, and so he was saying, "Oh yeah, these dragons help regulate the nervous system of other living beings." And I was like, "Well, not when he jumped out at me because I thought he was a demon." um, and then I was like, "He's on my shoulder," and I'm like trying to look at him because I want to see what he looks like. And he's got like those long Chinese dragon style whiskers, and he's got kind of a squared off jaw, kind of like a I don't know, like a baby crocodile or something, a red baby crocodile. So he's just really cute. But I was like, okay, we need to focus now. We need to do this Lightworker Gateway. He did all that to try to calm me down because I was being all anxious. Um, and it ended up not even working. This shows you how bad my fear is. So I was like, okay, are you going to show me Zeta Reticuli? And he says, yes. And he takes me there, and it's like this modern city. And it's funny because they can only take me in one place. They can't like show me the entire planet all in one shot. So he just takes me to one particular location. It's a modern city. It's it's a city in that there's like sidewalks and roads and buildings and technology. But it's super clean, super organized. Did I mention super clean? Like it is just so clean. Like these people take care of their stuff. Not like a major city on earth whatsoever. No trash, no dirt. Everything was well cared for. It's nighttime, and I was like, "Huh, that's strange that he brought me here at nighttime." And then I'm like taking my consciousness into the sky. I know it's kind of hard to explain how I do it, but I just kind of move my consciousness up to, "Huh, that's strange. It's nighttime." And it's almost like I'm looking for like a moon or a sun. And I was like, "You don't have a sun?" He's like, "No, we don't." And I was like, "Did it get destroyed?" And he's like, "No, we never had one." I was like, "Cow, you have no sun." Like my mind was blown. I was like, "How can you have no sun?" He said, "No, we never had one. We can see perfectly well in darkness or light." Right when he said that, okay, and I see it again when I think about it. Right when he said that, I had this flashback, and it's actually scary to me now when I tell you guys about it too. Um, but I could see myself in like a dark forest, and I could see a gray, this is a past lifetime, a gray coming through the woods basically towards me in the darkness. Um, and me realizing now that whenever that lifetime happened, me realizing, oh man, he could see me perfectly, and it just like scared me. Um, so I had a wave of fear, and then so I had to ask Metatron, can you like clear this fear from me? Um, and here's the thing, I can still channel with fear, but it's not gonna be. It's possible that I could get a lot of interruptions because if I'm scared, I'm starting to go down to the vibration of like demonic energies and other low vibrational energies, and it's not who I want to communicate with. So I don't want them to be able to easily interject into what I'm seeing because they can manipulate it. So that's one of the downsides of being someone like me, that you have a lot of clairvoyance and you use a lot of visuals to see what's going on because it can be manipulated. A demon or anyone else can show up to me, look like a guide, talk like a guide, act like they're doing something lovely and they're not. So that's why clairvoyance is not the clairvoyance and clairaudience, being able to hear, you can be deceived. That's why everyone out there who has the intuition, who has the knowing, those can't be messed with. Those are the best gifts. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Um, so I asked Metatron to clear me. I have the guide on this side of me, who's my guardian angel, who keeps my body alive, and I adore him. And so I was asking Metatron, I was like, can you please make him really visible to me? Because I can't always see everybody all the time. I mean, I can if I tune into them, but it's not like I'm just every waking moment can see all of everything going on. I can't. I have to tune into it. So I was like, can you just make him really visible so I feel safer? Um, And then I asked Metatron, like, do I need to view these abduction lifetimes in order to let them go so I can move forward? And he's like, nope, you don't need to see these. So I was like, okay. Because Metatron won't show you anything unless it's going to benefit you. So what that meant to me was that he could clear it for me without me knowing all the details, which would just re-traumatize me. Either that, the other option is that he's saving it for later because he wants me to put it in the book, which is, to be honest, what I think he's going to do. Kind of spooky, but probably true. Okay, so I apologize to Henry, my Zeta Reticulin guide, because I'm like, he's so sweet. He's being so nice, and he's showing me around his planet, and he's being a nice guy. And I'm over here going, okay, I'm terrified of this guy. Metatron, can you clear me? Can I have my angel like visible? Like, I'm being ridiculous because fear makes people ridiculous. And I'm consciously aware that Henry is no threat to me, but it's like the physical reaction is just happening without my consent. So, Henry, so sweet. So he stands in front of me and he doesn't hold my hands. He goes palm to palm with me, both my hands. And he's communicating through the palms. It is something that Zeta Reticulans do. He's sending me love energy. I feel it traveling to my root chakra. So this shows you what our guides are like. So this guide, I like probably insulted him if he was a human, right? Because we're so easily offended as humans. Probably would have offended a human. He's over here patiently waiting, and then he's like, I will send her love. I will help heal her. Oh, okay, I don't want to cry about that, but I kind of felt emotional about that. So he's sending me love energy through my palms, and I can feel it traveling down to my root chakra. And I ask him, like, are you sending it there on purpose? And he says no. He says it knows where to go to help you. And my palms are tingling. And I asked him, like, oh, are Zeta Reticulans healers? And he says no. And so, but as he's doing this and as it's going on, I'm like, no, but like you guys are healers, right? And he says, no. I'm like, but you're healing me. And then so I was like, okay, I guess he just doesn't identify as being a healer because clearly the guy is healing me. Um, Kwam Ya, my guide from the car, the guy who's like tall and blue and has like the blue cape and everything, um, he is like the finest healer I've ever come across. The best healer. Like, no offense to Raphael whatsoever, because I hate talking somebody else over an archangel, but for me, he is the absolute best healer, and he's hilarious because I'll say you're a healer, and he says no. Like he tells me he doesn't like healing. It's like you heal so well. You what? But yeah, he says he doesn't like healing. He identifies with being like a protector. He's the one that um, goes on those rogue missions to planets that are being attacked to go and try to rescue people because the GFL isn't allowed to go in and rescue people. But anyway, so he identifies with being a protector, not a healer. So I'm hand to hand, palm to palm with Henry, and it's like my hands were tingling, and then it started tingling like up my arms. So while he's doing this, I start looking around because we're still on his planet. So I start looking around and I start noticing like, okay, they have a bunch of like smaller spacecraft, like almost like the equivalent of a car, but it's a spaceship. And so they had a bunch of little ones of those kind of like parked that I could see. They have streetlights everywhere. I ask him if there are beautiful outdoor places on this planet. He says no. He shows me it was rock and dust, and they built everything on top of it nice and clean and efficient. I'm a little sad. They don't even have plants. Like, there's no sun, there's no like and that's what Henry was saying. He's like, "Well, no sun, no plants, no animals. Like there's a you need one to have another." And so I was like, "Okay, what do you eat?" He said, "Insects." I was like, "Oh." So I guess the insects don't need the sun or the plants. And so I was like, "What do the insects eat?" And then he's like, they eat each other, they eat feces, and I was like, never mind, never mind. I shouldn't have even asked this question. Like, this is kind of gross. Never mind. um, and then I asked him, was curiosity about plants and animals part of the reason that your planet would come to Earth to visit all the time? And he says, not the abductions, but our regular visits, because I guess he's dividing them up. There was the abductions where they came to visit our planet, and there were other times where they came, and it was other groups from that planet, and they were just observing, where we did not interact with humans or animals. We would observe, fascinated with all that was available on Earth, and seemingly not appreciated. Our race, his race, built over dirt and rock. Humanity builds over forests and meadows, rainforests and seasides. These are things we could not understand. We did not see the benefit. We are a very logical and problem solving race, to a fault at times. Heart energy needs to be present in decisions to yield the best outcomes. And then I was like, what dimension are you again? I was just like asking questions. He said fifth. So I was like, okay. He said, are you ready to talk about the Lightworker Gateway? So I said, yes. So this is what he says. This is a special event for us. This is the first time we are being included in the galactic community as part of the Galactic Alliance. And having an opportunity now to participate is very meaningful to us. We are aware of our reputation on your planet, and we are eager to prove ourselves as worthy friends and allies for all of you. How fitting that we assist you now with your Earth Star chakras, something that is so desperately needed for all of humanity, but at the right time. For now, we will assist the Lightworkers. Your Earth Star chakra anchors your energy body to your planet. It allows for the full appreciation and reliance. Let me make sure I read this correctly because I think I wrote it wrong. It allows for the full appreciation and reliance the human body has on the land. There is an energy exchange between incarnated bodies and the earth. Low vibrational energies are expelled into the ground where they can be transmuted. In return, high vibrational energies are sent to you by Gaia. This chakra helps you feel connected to your planet and humanity and the universe as a whole. When in balance, it helps one feel calm, balanced, and clear. Many of you lightworkers already have this chakra in balance. During this Lightworker Gateway, we will go beyond balancing the chakra. We will unlock a new level of access and show you more of what is possible in a human body. This is an upgrade. It will allow a deeper level of connection and understanding to the planet and your part in the cosmic tapestry of creation. As you understand your place and your planet's place in this galactic web, you will have access to a new kind of love energy. This is not the divine love of Creator, but rather it is the love of the entire galactic community, a brotherhood and a sisterhood that empowers each other. We affect each other. We can help each other. There is power in the love of our connection. There is power in truly understanding that none of us is alone. None of us is an island. Our connections cannot be broken. We are intrinsically part of each other. To have access to the love of all is a powerful thing, a humbling, grounding thing. It is transformative. It will begin with you, the Lightworker. When the time is right, this will expand out to all of humanity. This is the end of the message, but they are talking to me right now about this. They are comparing this chakra and what it's being opened up to like the feeling of having like a safe and happy and secure home life is almost what they're comparing it to. They're it's almost like uh so this chakra is opened up and it's functioning the right way, and you can feel the love of everyone on from all the planets, not just our planet, all the planets, and you can feel your connection to them. And it's from this place of connection and love that we feel safe and we feel grounded and we feel valued and we understand that we're part of a higher purpose. And so it's really empowering to have that foundational feeling, because that's the foundation that allows us to go out into the world and do the brave and bold things. So that's why this is important. Okay. I have a crystal grid for all of you that Henry and I put together in order to support the Earth Star chakra. So I'm going to go ahead and show all of you that crystal grid right now. This is the Earth Star chakra grid. Going to be using some Amanda Ellis sprays to assist with activating this one today. I have some new sprays that well, they're not new to me, but they're new to you guys. I haven't used them previously. So this one is Archangel Uriel Healing and Connection Spray. So healing and connection is going to be important on this one because this Earth Star chakra is all about connecting us to humanity and to the galactic community. And sometimes there are wounds and traumas that are blocking us from being able to feel connected, even though we are connected. So I'm spraying this now for both healing and connection. Gosh, that one smells good. Rarely ever use that one. The next one is a more obvious choice. This is Archangel Sandalphon Bronze Earth Star Energy Spray. So, of course, this one's appropriate. That one just feels really like the second I sprayed that, I almost felt like I had roots in my feet that were growing down to the center of the earth. Like that one's very anchoring, which, of course, we talked about the Earth Star chakra being the chakra that anchors your energy body to the planet. Um, and that's in all cases. So whether you're incarnating on Earth or incarnating somewhere else, that bottom chakra is the one that locks you down to that planet. This spray may not be at first the obvious choice. This is Mother Mary Arbor Light. This is, in my opinion, the best smelling spray that Amanda Ellis has. The Mother Mary energy is the energy of comfort, love, belonging, safety. This energy is really what the Earth Star chakra is all about, but not just to one person, not just to your mother or Mother Mary, but to all, to everyone. This spray, also, I realized after Metatron chose it, the Mother Mary energy is not so dissimilar from Mother Earth energy. And since this is the Earth Star chakra, how fitting is this? And man, I wish you could smell these sprays. It literally just smells like you if there was such a thing as something smelling like you are loved and you are safe, that is what it smells like. You are loved and you are safe and you belong and you are connected and you are tied to a higher purpose and you are needed here on earth at this time. That is what the Earth Star Chakra is saying to all of us. That's what the galactic community is saying to all of us. So if you've been looking at this grid, that is a sufficient amount of time for you to get the full effects of everything that this is sending out. It's going to be available on our website. Should you ever want to look at this again in the future, you can download it or you can just view it there. Either way, we'll have it under our section for crystal grids. I feel like there's something else Metatron wants. He keeps doing this now where he tells me things in the moment. It's like a test. This is important. Okay, I'm talking to Metatron. This is important that this particular chakra be worked on at this particular time. that we have this upgrade and this expansion and this understanding and this balancing of this chakra at this time. The timing is no coincidence. The need for light workers to feel connected and feel like they belong and feel like they are loved is crucial to the next steps for each of us, to us feeling supported enough that we can make brave and bold decisions that we came here to make. And that's what Metatron wanted me to say. Till next time, everyone. See you later. Bye bye.